What's up, gamers? We're here to check out Marvel's Midnight Suns. I'm Aaron Shack, your host. Should be a gameplay reveal that's happening here. And it's starting in just a few seconds here, so let's get over to the video. We'll be here to react and break it down and all that cool stuff. This game looks cool. It really does. And so I'm interested to see what it's going to be. We do know that it's by the same folks that make the XCOM games, so we might have kind of a vague idea of what to expect here. But let's see what it is. Oh my gosh. The Metallica cover.
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Marvel's Midnight Suns. What's up, everybody? My name is Joshua Yale, and yes, I know that wasn't the answer you were expecting, unless you've seen the big reveal of Marvel's new turn-based RPG game from Firaxis and 2K Games. The upcoming game features Earth's mightiest heroes teaming up with Earth's spookiest heroes to take on the supernatural forces of evil. But what you may have not seen is actual gameplay of Midnight Suns, and that's
right.
what we've got for you right here on IGN. So we've got a trailer showing off the first gameplay footage of Midnight Suns and an in-depth breakdown from the developers on how the game mechanics work. So let's get to it with the gameplay reveal trailer for Marvel's Midnight Suns.
How long was I in that crypt?
I know where the sun rises.
No more than a few centuries.
Centuries? And what of Lilith?
Fallen by your hand.
And I know where the sun sets.
Until now. You were missed.
Whatever caretaker put you through back in the day did a real number on you.
I know where the sun rises.
We got a lot of work to do.
I know where the sun sets.
Of course. Caretaker has reformed the Midnight Suns.
About time.
You're a Midnight Sun now. One of us.
Huh. Wolverine. Oh my gosh.
Let's go, bub.
Let's go, bub. Okay, so there's cards. Yeah, let me disappear so we can see all these HUD details here. So if it's all cards, is there any tactical sort of movement or placement of characters? Or are we just going to be standing there picking out cards to do whatever attack?
I know where the sun rises, and I know where the sun sets.
Boy, coming out on like everything.
Welcome back! And now that you've had the appetizer, it's time for the main course. And we are serving up a 6-minute gameplay explainer from the Firaxis team to walk you through Midnight Suns tactical RPG gameplay in much greater detail. This won't just be Marvel's XCOM, my friends. Feast your eyes on this.
Marvel's XCOM.
Gaming's greatest strategy and tactics experts have teamed up with the world's greatest storytellers to create a new AAA experience unlike anything before it. Welcome to Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Okay.
This new tactical RPG from Firaxis is set in the darker side of the Marvel Universe, packed with a deeply customizable tactical battle system that rewards clever thinking with superhero flair. An epic, supernatural story that brings you face to face against the demonic forces of the underworld. A deep role-playing experience where you get to live among Marvel legends and the first customizable original hero from the Marvel Universe. As darkness falls, rise up with the Midnight Suns and face off against an ancient prophecy foretelling the end of the world. After centuries of sleep, Lilith, mother of demons, has been revived by Hydra through a twist of dark magic and science.
Yikes. What are you guys doing?
Lilith will stop at nothing to fulfill the prophecy of the Midnight Sun and bring back her evil master, Chthon. Alongside her is her army of Lilith, demonic forces who carry out her twisted will with fanatical devotion.
This looks cool. Like the enemies look
Pushed
really
to the
cool.
brink by her return, the Avengers desperately revive a dark power of their own, the Hunter, a legendary hero, forsaken child of Lilith, and the only one known to have beaten Lilith before.
Yikes.
In Marvel's Midnight Suns, the player takes on the role of this new hero, who until recently lay peacefully in a centuries-long sleep, tucked away in a quiet crypt on the grounds of the Abbey, the secret headquarters of an organization known only as the Midnight Suns. For the first time in any Marvel game, the Hunter is a customizable original superhero, allowing you to live out your very own Marvel adventure.
That's pretty cool.
But
I
you
wonder
won't
why
be
they did
alone.
that.
Marvel's Midnight Suns features a legendary collection of heroes that span across the Marvel Universe, including the Avengers, X-Men, Runaways, and more. You'll see these heroes in a new light as you develop relationships and strengthen your personal bonds outside the field of battle.
You get to be
Every
friends!
hero has a completely unique set of abilities, ranging from damage-dealing attacks to life-saving skills to epic game-changing finishers.
Oh my gosh.
There are tons of unique costumes to unlock,
Whoa!
skills to upgrade, and heroic team-ups that unleash devastating combo moves.
Okay.
With your superhero squad picked, it's time to start fighting back the forces of Lilith.
Alright,
Combat
man.
in Marvel's Midnight Suns is a cinematic tactical affair that rewards clever thinking with superhero flair. The player controls a squad of 3 heroes and is dealt a random selection of hero abilities, like a hand of cards. These abilities offer a vast array of tactical choices that expand exponentially when combined with the battlefield itself. Shove, leap, and smash your way to victory using the environment to wreak havoc on your enemies. Send the bad guys face first into a wall, into each other, or just right over the edge. Victory requires a balance of smart tactical thinking and being able to read and react off the battlefield, as well as cultivating your friendships outside of combat and finding the right combinations of heroes and abilities. Battles rage across iconic Marvel locations like Avengers Tower to Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, from New York City rooftops to underground Hydra installations, from sun-bleached deserts to a hellscape dimension far beyond our own.
Wow.
When the fighting is done, the heroes return to the Abbey, a living hub that the player navigates in real time, experiencing for the first time in any Marvel game
Captain Marvel wearing
to not
pants!
just fight alongside beloved Marvel heroes, but to live alongside them as well. The Abbey offers
get to be
hours of rewarding
roomies!
exploration, gameplay, and story for the player to enjoy. There's even a few lovable, if unique, pets. Get to know your favorite
Pet the
Marvel
dog.
heroes through careful conversation and shared time together through daily activities. Take
You
a
get to
stroll
spar
Tony
with-
Stark on the Abbey grounds.
Wow.
Or practice meditative yoga with magic.
Magic!
The choice is yours, but choose wisely, because every hero has their own preferences. Developing deep friendships can unlock powerful rewards in combat, and in the Abbey. Use the spoils of battle to earn new abilities for your heroes down in the Forge. Upgrade current hero abilities out in the yard under Blade's watchful eye. Find new hero ops and missions in the War Room with Captain Marvel, and much, much more. When ready, it's time to choose a new mission. Choose your squad of heroes and return to battle. The enemy may grow more powerful with every fight, but the hunter and the heroes will rise in power to meet them, because that's what true heroes do.
Okay. I still don't get, like, how does the game, like, play, though? I'm still confused.
Nice job out there, kid. I mean, I didn't get Hydra bombed until my 10th run with the Avengers.
Kid, you do know that I'm a good 3 centuries older than you, right?
Whoa, did you see that? The combat mechanics revolve around cards. Good thing I don't go anywhere. I got my
Cards! What are
truck to
cards? How do they
Okay, so,
work?
the airport. This thing does not make it through security. So you probably want to know just how the card system works. And
Yeah.
you're probably itching to know all the ways you can customize your main story character, the Hunter. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this segment where the Firaxis developers talk more about the dark sorcery behind
Why do
it
we
all.
need this intermission
Midnight
where
Suns from the team
this
of
guy
Firaxis will
yells
have
at me?
favorites like Wolverine, Blade, Magix, and Captain Marvel fighting back demons of the underworld with some help from Doctor Strange and an all-new original customizable hero, the Hunter. Firaxis director Jake Solomon has joined us today to tell us a few more details about this new tactical RPG. Jake, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you very much for having me. I can't believe I'm actually talking about this game to somebody. So yes, sorry if I'm a little fired up right now.
No, fired up is good. We like fired up. There's probably no bigger property in the world today than Marvel. No pressure. How'd you come to work on such a big universe as the Marvel universe?
I mean, it was So this is like a dream project for me and a lot of members of the team, but it wasn't something that we had really thought about. It was actually Marvel that approached us because they were fans of XCOM, which is the game we were doing before. And sometimes you hear that, and you don't know whether they, people say, oh yeah, I loved XCOM. But the first call I had with the Marvel team, they had like an executive vice president on the call, and he had very specific feedback for me about like the finale mission of XCOM, and a bunch of people were chiming in. So they were true fans, which was awesome. So we knew that we were going to partner our gameplay expertise with their amazing narrative. So it felt like a match made in heaven.
So the game shares a name with the 90s comic series. Can you speak to the connections between your game and the source material?
Yes, they're deep. So that is my favorite comic book event from when I was reading comic books as a kid. So yeah, the Rise of the Midnight Suns, it's this awesome early 90s, like hair metal style supernatural event. It's probably the premier supernatural event in the Marvel comics. And it was something I grew up loving. It pulled together all the supernatural characters and had them fight this giant threat, which is Lilith, the mother of demons. And so we took that, like from the very beginning, when we started working with Marvel, we knew that was the story we wanted to tell. We wanted to go to a corner of the Marvel Universe where we felt nobody else was at that moment, and it gave us our little space that we could tell our own story. And so yeah, it's a comic that I and my narrative director both loved, and it's amazing. I recommend people check it out.
So you've gotten the chance to create your own original customizable hero, the Hunter. Can you tell us about what was that like creating this character, and what are the Hunter's powers?
So this is one of those rare ideas that actually from the beginning when we were thinking about the design of this game, we always wanted to have a customizable character, something kind of new for the Marvel Universe, because we wanted the player to be able to put themselves into the game. A lot of this game is about not just fighting in combat, but also developing relationships with the heroes of your choice. The way you do that is by being the hunter. And so this hunter, they have a narrative connection because in our universe, they are actually the child of Lilith. But you can customize this character to look however you want, and you can customize how they play in combat as well. And that means you can channel light powers, which are a little more support, a little more buff, a little more healing, or you can channel dark powers, which are a lot more destructive, but they incur a cost on the hunter and the allies.
I believe that you'll be making those connections at the Abbey, in between missions. Go on a mission, come back to the Abbey, chat with your fellow heroes. Can you tell us what players can expect to do in their own mystical base?
Yes, so the Abbey, again, it's an all-new location that we designed with Marvel, and this is where all the Midnight Suns come back after combat, just like you said. And so I think there's like two big fantasies. If you're a fan of Marvel, there's like two powerful fantasies. One is fighting in combat, having that epic, awesome Marvel combat.
I don't know.
The other fantasy
I don't know,
is
Mika.
also seeing
Thank
the
you.
heroes
Welcome
hanging
to the
out with each
channel.
other,
Good question
how they
there.
interact with each other.
That they chose this
and so
gameplay
that's
style.
the other big fantasy we want to fulfill in the Abbey. So yeah, after
I don't know.
you can choose.
I'm definitely
what
a
hero you
fan
wanna
of
hang
like
out
the
with,
third
and you can
person
say,
RPG.
All right, Ghost Rider and I are going to play video games, or Doctor Strange.
The
and I are
third
gonna
person
meditate,
RPG seems interesting,
on the cliffs,
but
or Tony Stark. and
I
are
just
gonna,
don't get how
go
the
lift
card
weights. And
thing
so
works. I
the
want to
player has a
see
lot of
more
different
on that.
activities to choose from, and it's not
Is
just
there?
hanging out at night. It's you can join clubs around.
Is
the
is
Abbey.
it
You
like
can
XCOM
talk
where
to
I'm
the
going to be
heroes during the
controlling
day,
the
and all
movement
these
of
things,
characters and like
have an
telling them,
impact on the
go here,
relationships
attack
with
this
these heroes,
person,
and how you
or
sort of form
is
these
it more like
friendships, and of course
Final
those friendships
Fight,
have
Marvel
huge
Final
benefits
Fight,
in
a mobile
other
game,
gameplay as well.
where you're essentially just, it's like a turn-based battle,
any
you
characters
know,
you
you're
become-
just
you can
telling
become
your
more than
characters what
friends with, or
attacks
is
to
this-
do,
is this hang
just
out
like
together?
in Pokemon, you just
I totally
tell them what to
totally
do,
get
and
why
then
you're
they
asking
do it,
that. I think that,
and
in
there's
your
not really
mind,
any
you can be
sort of
whatever you want to
tactical
be, but,
thing to
we
it
are
other
saying
than
that
like
you are just
picking which
very,
attacks you
very,
want to do.
Very close friends.
So I'm curious.
Got it. The
Can
heroes that you
romance
revealed so far
blossom?
include some very well-known characters from the
I don't know.
Avengers,
What
the
do you
X-Men,
think
the
so
Runaways.
far?
Can you share any
I think
details
the
on what
story
sort of
seems
your
exciting.
versions of these iconic characters are, how they differ or not from the more established portrayals that people might be familiar with?
Yeah, that's important because some of these characters, as you said, they're really familiar. People know who Wolverine is. People know who Iron Man is, Doctor Strange, and that's okay for people to come into our story with that knowledge. But at the same time, this is an entirely new universe that we've created, and so we've kind of set up our own story. And so Tony Stark is still genius.
The models look
billionaire,
really cool
inventor.
too.
But in our universe, he and Doctor Strange are being forced to work together, kind of this marrying tech to mystical, and they've got this very like at odds relationship. But we're also introducing a lot of new characters. So characters that players may not be as familiar with, and that's exciting for us. So characters like Magic, who's an awesome New Mutant and X-Men character. Nico from the Runaways, which you mentioned. The new Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. I don't know if I'm so old that like I don't know, do people know who Blade is anymore? Like who doesn't know Blade? But maybe I don't know. Maybe some people aren't as familiar with Blade. So for us, it's fun to have the established characters and pull them into this dark side of Marvel. Like it's fun to see the characters you know and love and put them in this situation where you never see them fighting demons, all these supernatural threats.
If people have forgotten about Blade, they're going to remember when the new
looks more like
Marvel Blade movie
XCOM,
comes out.
but with more liberty
so
in the
your characters,
movement.
you've already revealed some
I'm curious.
fan favorite
I'm
characters. Is that
curious
roster
what that
going to,
means. Yeah.
Continue to grow. You're going to reveal more characters as we get closer to
They've
launch?
showed a little bit of gameplay,
Yeah,
but
we
it's
have
been
12 heroes in addition to the Hunter.
they've showed a little bit of gameplay. Okay, and they haven't shown all 12 heroes yet.
Looks like the heroes that we've seen so far are wearing new costumes. They look great. Is there any?
But yeah,
any sort of
I'm
practical
hoping they
equipment
show
so that
some
it's
more
possible
and
to
kind of
design
explain the card
Yes,
thing. We might
so
go
players
back
will be able to
and look at the
unlock new
previous
costumes
footage
for the
they've
heroes,
shown
all of
once
which
this is over.
Unlock their ultimate ability, this legendary ability called their Midnight
But like
Suns
I
ability,
don't
which
really
for every hero
understand
is
how
sort
it
of
works.
battlefield changing. They unlock passives through that as well, but all of those things are
Because
fueled
like
again
it
by
at
the
first
relationship
glance
of those
it
heroes.
doesn't
So if
look
you
like
want them
XCOM to me.
develop
Once they
the
showed the cards, I was
strongest,
like, okay,
the
that's
strongest version of that character
that's
is
clearly
one that
not
Hunter developed
XCOM. But does
relationships
it have other things that XCOM does have? Like in XCOM, you move your characters around the map looking for the enemies. You know, of course, in this game it
Well,
doesn't really
yes,
make sense to
that's
take
exactly
cover.
it. And that's what's kind of fun. Is
But in
saying,
XCOM,
exactly, like
you
Wolverine
would typically
or
move towards
Iron Man or
cover.
Captain America, what is it like when they have to fight demons? And so that's where they're kind of on their back foot when they meet this
They're back
other
up, yeah.
team that is used to the supernatural, the original Midnight Suns. And so the idea is that the Hunter is there to kind of pull everybody together. Our Hunter is a legendary demon hunter in the Marvel Universe. And so it's up to the player to sort of lift everybody up and teach them how to face these supernatural threats.
Well, I'm very excited. I love your work on XCOM. I love Marvel Universe. It seems like this is going to be chocolate and peanut butter together. Marvel Midnight Suns will be out in March 2022 across PC, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Thank you so much to Firaxis for joining us today.
Wow.
We can't wait to see more.
So you're telling me we not only get to customize our own Marvel hero with powers of light and dark, but we also get our own little demon dog pet
This
thing?
guy's
I'd sell
driving
my
me
soul to play
nuts
this.
right now.
Not that Doctor Strange would approve, but who
Why
asked him
do we
anyway?
need these little
So that is
intermissions?
all we have for you today, and now we are dying to know what you thought of the first gameplay for Marvel's Midnight Suns. Let us know in the comments.
I'm
Once again,
confused.
I'm Joshua Yale. Thank you
I'm
so much for
confused,
joining us.
Josh.
I'll see you next time right here on IGN.
All right.
First, they conquered humanity's greatest evil. And she lay in rest.
Oh my gosh, here comes the Metallica cover again. Because that's how we show that something is dark and gothic.
And she lay in rest.
We have to play Enter Sandman.
If you'd be so kind.
Now our nightmares have come for us.
I don't think they're gonna show anything else. Well, let's go back. Let's definitely go back and look at more closely what they did show. Yeah, I thought they were gonna do like a real deep dive here, and they kind of didn't. It's so dark. Oh my god, look at Wolverine. Oh, and everybody's walking all cool in slow motion. Watch Blade. Look, he does the neck pop. Right there. Right there, he did the neck pop. That's what cool guys do when they're walking together. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go back and let's try to understand this ourselves then. Right, we did watch that.
Hey, who ate the rest of my ramen?
Bad dog.
Okay, this wasn't terribly long here. Okay. Here we go.
Fallen by your hand.
Let's just look at what they've shown here.
You were missed.
Whatever
Let's see if we can figure it out.
They did a real number on you. We got a lot of work to do.
Okay, they show some gameplay here in a sec.
Of course. Caretaker has reformed the Midnight Suns.
About time.
You're a Midnight Sun now. One of us.
Okay, so first off, they did show that. Hey, what's up? What's up? Okay, that's a nice name. Thanks for subscribing. We've got the Abbey here, and we'll go here in between missions. We'll talk with characters and befriend them, and you know, upgrade your gear, your characters, all that kind of stuff. Okay. And so here's some examples of what some of the cards can do here. Blade +1 quick attack. Heroic lifesteal here. You got restore 30 health. Look at Wolverine. Look at him. They only showed it for like a second. Look at this. I can't even stop it quick enough because it's like, yeah, let me disappear. Look at him. Just the old school. Oh, that old school look with the sideburns. I can't, dude. I can't handle that. Look how beefy he is. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then obviously, you know, you're going to be having conversations with all of these characters. And the agency of choice there.
Let's go.
All right, okay. This is where I'm confused. So let me disappear so we can see the whole HUD here. Okay, so this looks like other Marvel games, like can I pull up Strike Force? Let me see. Can I get like I'm just hoping it's not like this. Marvel Strike Force. Is there like Let me see. So this is Marvel Strike Force. Let's see if they show some actual gameplay here. Yeah, see how it's just... Yeah, that's not really a good trailer there. But it's like you're selecting different moves, and it's turn-based, and there's really no there's really no like tactical movement to it. You know, you're just standing there and fighting. And that's what this kind of looks like. It kind of looks like these enemies are placed here. This really just looks like an arena. It doesn't really look necessarily like we're navigating through this level and like we could have approached this fight from a different angle or something. But obviously what they're showing right here, bottom right corner, we have 3 card plays. This might be something to do with these numbers in the top left corner. I'm not like super familiar with card games, but I've played a few. We have his health. I assume we have what level he is. And we're choosing to do Power Slash, which is a knockback attack that applies 1 vulnerable. And then it looks like he's, you know, you're able to then select which target you want to attack. Wait, hang on. So it looked like right there that you were not only able to... Okay, so you were able to select this target, but it's also showing like, hey, you're going to do some damage, potentially knocking him back into this explosive barrel, which then is going to damage, you know, this area here. Which, there you go. Okay, and then with Doctor Strange here, we have Agamotto's Gaze. And see, once again, it doesn't look like we're trying to hide behind cover or move into this situation. It doesn't look like we're controlling the movement of characters. We're just seeing random bits of cover and explosive barrels, you know, placed about. So this does draw the last 2 attacks played, plus 1 card play next turn. Okay. And so now we got this Reaper card for Blade. We got Daywalker. We got Winds of Watum. Relentless. Dark Blessing. Gameplay like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. No, this is definitely... I mean, that would have been cool. But no, this is definitely, you know, coming from the XCOM developer. This is definitely going to be sort of a tactical type game here. But I don't get why they went with card system. I don't know. And I don't really understand, like, how this works. Okay, so here, let's see. Apply Banished to an enemy or ally. So this is magic. So yeah, they mentioned that they were going to pull from the X-Men, the Runaways, and the Avengers. So we could see some pretty diverse characters. They mentioned that there are 12 characters in the game thus far. And they've probably only shown us like maybe, what, 6 or 7? Something like that. Okay, so she's banishing them to hell, I guess. I don't know. See, I was kind of thinking when they said they were going to show gameplay, I thought it was going to be like them sitting down with the game live and like slowly playing it in front of us and like maybe talking about it and being like, oh, we could play this card or that card, and like really doing like a deep dive on the actual gameplay, not just like showing us like 10 seconds of gameplay footage, you know? Because like I'm still as confused as I was a couple days ago. So obviously there's all these cool like animations and cutscenes and whatnot as you do different attacks. Yeah.
Gaming's greatest strategy and tactics experts have teamed up with the world's greatest storytellers to create a new AAA experience unlike anything before it. Welcome to Marvel's Midnight Suns.
I think it looks cool, and I'm definitely very interested to play it. Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything that makes me want to avoid it. Like, I'm very interested in the story. I'm very interested in interacting with all these characters. I'm just curious as to what the gameplay is and whether I'm going to actually enjoy that. Because I like XCOM, I like tactics games, I like strategy.
Firaxis is set in the darker side of the Marvel Universe, packed with a deeply...
Okay, so here we go. Curse, attack, apply one vulnerable, randomized, and then you're able to select targets here.
Customizable tactical battle system that rewards clever thinking with superhero flair.
Knockdown.
An epic, supernatural story that brings you face to face against the demonic forces of the underworld. A deep role-playing experience where you get to live among Marvel legends and the first customizable original hero from the Marvel Universe. As darkness falls, rise up.
Hey, wait, what was that? Yeah, they're being real sneaky here about...
From the Marvel Universe.
Photon beam! Damage and taunt each enemy in a line. So they're showcasing how Captain Marvel is able to sort of attack this entire row of enemies. What is this? This character has like a Wolverine symbol there. Maybe that means that they're targeting Wolverine, that they want to fight Wolverine, that they're about to attack him. Yeah, the cutscenes look great, and that's often a hallmark of a lot of like strategy games. Will always have these like gorgeous cutscenes that really reward you for completing a gameplay sequence.
As darkness falls, rise up with the Midnight Suns and face off against an ancient
that's
prophecy
pretty cool.
foretelling the end of the world.
Explore the darker
After
side.
centuries of sleep, Lilith, Mother of Demons, has been revived by Hydra through a twist of dark magic and science. Lilith will stop at nothing to fulfill the prophecy of the Midnight Sun and bring back her evil master, Chthon. Alongside her is her army of Lilith, demonic forces who carry out her twisted will with fanatical devotion. Pushed to the brink by her return, the Avengers desperately revive a dark power of their own, the Hunter, a legendary hero, forsaken child of Lilith, and the only one known to have beaten Lilith before. In Marvel's Midnight Suns, the player takes on the role of this new hero, who until recently
Okay,
lay
let's
peacefully in
hang on.
ascension.
Let's see what that
Lilith
was.
will stop at nothing to fulfill the prophecy of the Midnight Sun and bring back her evil master, Chthon. Alongside her is her army of Lilith, demonic forces who carry out her twisted will with fanatical devotion. Pushed to the brink by her return, the Avengers desperately revive a dark power of their own, the Hunter, a legendary hero, forsaken child of Lilith, and the only one known to have beaten Lilith before. In Marvel's Midnight Sun.
Binary. Otherwise increased by 100%. Removed when unit has no block. That's a stat effect here. Dazed, unable to act, remove if other characters take actions.
The player takes on the role of this new hero, who until recently lay peacefully in a centuries-long sleep, tucked away in a quiet crypt on the grounds of the Abbey, the secret headquarters of an organization known only as the Midnight Suns. For the first time in any Marvel game, the Hunter is a customizable original superhero.
Pretty cool.
Allowing you to live out your very own Marvel adventure. But you won't be alone. Marvel's Midnight Suns features a legendary collection of heroes that span across the Marvel Universe, including the Avengers, X-Men, Runaways, and more. You'll see these heroes in a new light as you develop relationships and strengthen your personal bonds outside the field of battle. Every hero has a completely unique set of abilities, ranging from...
Oh, hang on. See, like, every bit of gameplay only lasts like 3 frames of the video. So they're really specifically choosing very small bits of gameplay that they're giving you a glimpse of here. What's up? What's up, Eric? Yeah, Lilith. Lilith is in this. Let's see. We got specialized defenses of the Hydra specialist here. Damages melee attackers when block is greater than 0. Stat effect, shock shield. Melee attackers will take damage. Couple cards here. Make 'em bleed. Slash. Straight to Hell, which is a Ghost Rider card. Glaive, which is for Blade. And Annihilation. And so these have different numbers here on the cards. We're trying to understand how this plays, and it looks like it's just like a straight up, just like you deal a card and then you attack. And you're able to click who you attack. And then of course there's like explosive barrels that you can
ranging from damage-dealing attacks to life-saving skills to
the best defense. So that was a buff for Cap,
epic
I guess.
Game-changing finishers. There are tons of unique costumes to unlock, skills to upgrade.
Chain 4, if target has block plus 35 damage, force an enemy to attack their nearest ally. Oh, wow. The Hunger. Recover 26 health for each enemy with bleed. The next 3, whatever that is, damage cards gain lifesteal.
And heroic team-ups that unleash devastating combo moves.
So we've got Magic, we've got Cap, we got Iron Man, we've got oh, what's her name from the Runaways? I forget her name. I can't think of it, but that's 4. Yeah, this is going to be on everything. It's on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, Switch, and PC. So yeah, there's no worry about what am I going to play this on. Yeah, let me just look up her name. I don't know why I can't. I'm blanking on her name from the Runaways. So we got Cap, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, Magic, Blade, Nico. And then, of course, you know, going up against Lilith, Mother of Demons.
With your superhero squad picked, it's time to start fighting back the forces of Lilith. Combat in Marvel's Midnight Suns is a cinematic tactical affair that rewards clever thinking with superhero flair. The player controls a squad of 3 heroes.
Okay, so here's one. Whip. Forceful knockback in any direction. Discard a random card. Mindbender / Holy Flame, Whip, and Eviscerate. And so you're able to pick 3 characters. And the Hunter is a customizable character that the player assumes the role of. And you become the Hunter. You are the child of of Lilith, and you are the only one who has ever defeated Lilith. Okay, and it looks like this. See, there's a Captain America symbol, there's a Wolverine symbol, there's a Cap and Wolverine, and then the sun must be like the people they're choosing to attack the hunter here. So it looks like you sort of have an understanding of which enemies are targeting who, and I guess you can make decisions based on that. And also here it shows how many card plays, how many moves, how many redraws you have, how many items. And then obviously it's showing that this game is controller friendly because it's showing some controller inputs there. And then it also over here it says click the right stick to go into photo mode. Yeah, Nico was the one from the Runaways. Yeah. So they mentioned they're going to have characters from the Runaways and the X-Men and the Avengers, and then they said and more. So that could be interesting as well. Release date, I think they've said March. We'll scrub through the rest of the footage here. But I believe it is still set for March here. So this attack here, this whip attack, it has forceful knockback. It says move the target in a direction of impact, deal damage, increase distance, and impact damage. More of a strategy than button masher. Yeah, I like the strategy idea, but this is really... It's really reminding me of Strike Force. Marvel Strike Force, the mobile game. Where it's almost like Pokemon battles. Like, you're not really tactically choosing where to move. You're just selecting who you want to attack, and then picking the attack you want to do. And essentially, this is just you're shuffling through cards. You're picking which cards to use at what time. And, you know, you only have a certain amount that you can use. Certain amount of cards you can play per turn. So you have to be very tactical about whether you're going to choose to attack or to do something more defensive. You know, and there's just like explosive barrels and boxes and trash cans. So, I mean, it does look like you would select this to like loot it possibly, or maybe you could damage this and cause it to fall on this guy. But it doesn't look like you're going to be in typical XCOM style. It doesn't look like you're going to be telling your characters to, like, you know, tell Cap to go stand over here or something and then attack. You know, it's not, doesn't really seem that way.
Selection of hero abilities.
So yeah, if we're looking at this right here, just how they're moving the cursor here, and they're choosing how they want to attack here, and it says the red key card, you're gonna get that. And then obviously now it's showing like that if you attack this guy, it's gonna knock him back into the shielded enemy. That's what this little line here seems to indicate.
Hero abilities like a
and then I guess they chose that they wanted it to knock back into this guy.
These abilities offer a
yeah, so she like whipped him into that other enemy. So that could be interesting. Maybe when you're throwing Cap's shield, you're able to select, you know, maybe a couple of characters that it might hit. So same here, it's showing that if you attack this enemy, he's going to get knocked into the explosive barrel, which is going to blow up and deal damage to these guys.
Choices that expand exponentially.
Oh, and actually, let's go back. Let's just read the titles of these cards. I've just been doing that to sort of try to get an idea of what's going on here. So they're obviously doing the slash attack right here, which does some knockback damage, and it looks like we get to choose the trajectory of that. Annihilation, Dark Heal, Inspire, and Supernova.
That expand exponentially when combined with the battlefield itself.
Isn't that
Shove,
cool?
leap, and smash your way to victory using the environment to wreak havoc on your enemies. Send the bad guys face first into a wall, into each other, or just right over the edge. Victory requires a balance.
Wolverine has Eviscerate, Chain 4 Taunt, Vapors of, can't see what that is, Crimson Bands of, Shield of the Stink of Fear. So Wolverine's clearly gonna knock into this guy. Select a single target. Chaining left 1 out of 4.
Of smart tactical thinking.
Oh, okay.
Being able to read and
So
react
see, you were able to sort of
off the battlefield.
Hang on, let me go back. You were able to sort of select here. Yeah, as you can see there, you're able to like select the first target and then kind of chain. See, it went up to 3 out of 4, and now you select all 4 there.
And being able to read and react off the battlefield, as well as cultivating your friendships outside of combat, and finding the...
And then it also looks like... Okay, let's look at this. Spang! What does that mean? Brooklyn something. Blessing of the winds of something berserk.
And finding the right combinations of...
And it looks like Doctor Strange is buffing Wolverine here. Concealed.
Battles rage across iconic Marvel locations like
Why we
Avengers
lagging?
Tower, to Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, from New York City rooftops to underground Hydra installations, from sun-bleached deserts to a hellscape dimension far beyond our own. When the fighting is done, the heroes return to the Abbey, a living hub that the player navigates in real time, experiencing for the first time in any Marvel game what it's like to not just fight alongside beloved Marvel heroes, but to live alongside them as well. The Abbey offers hours of rewarding exploration, gameplay, and story for the player to enjoy.
Why is it being
There's
weird?
even a few lovable, if unique, pets. Get to know your favorite Marvel heroes through careful conversation and shared time together through daily activities. Take a stroll with Tony Stark on the Abbey grounds, or practice meditative yoga with Magic.
Magic!
The choice is yours, but choose wisely, because every hero has their own preferences. Developing deep friendships can unlock powerful rewards in combat, and in the Abbey.
Stop! Go back! God. See, I wish they had done like an actual gameplay breakdown. Rather than just like showing these like
heroes to enjoy.
5-second long glimpses of gameplay.
Get to know your favorite Marvel heroes through careful
I
conversation.
can do this all day.
Time together through
They have to have a card like that for Cap. Absolutely, I agree.
Activities.
You gotta make those references where you can.
Take a stroll with Tony Stark on the Abbey grounds, or practice meditative yoga with Magic. The choice is yours.
So yeah, and you're able to make like dialogue choices and explore the Abbey from what looks like a third-person perspective.
But choose wisely, because every hero has
Interact
their own
with all the
preferences.
heroes here.
Developing deep friendships can unlock power.
Okay, forceful knockback. Chain 2 attacks. Taunt each enemy in an area, gain 1 counter.
Powerful rewards in combat, and in the Abbey.
You can do training here. Like you upgrade.
Use the spoils of battle to earn new abilities for your heroes down in the forge.
Look how quick! Look at how quick they jumped. They didn't want us to read that last card. Oh, okay. We already saw those cards.
Upgrade current hero ability.
Recycled footage
He's out
there.
in the yard under Blade's watchful eye.
If target has bleed, plus 11 damage. Yeah. Wow. So you're able to level up these cards.
Find new hero ops and missions in the war room with Captain Marvel, and much, much more.
Why is it
When
being
ready,
weird?
It's time to choose a new mission. Choose your squad of heroes and return to battle. The enemy may grow more powerful
Teams
with
of
every
3.
fight, but the hunter and the heroes will rise in power to meet them, because that's what true heroes do.
It looks hip. They've done a good job at making it look. So yeah, March 2022 is all we know. sign up for the newsletter to get the exclusive Blade Night Stalker skin. You can just go to midnightsuns.com to do that. But look at this. So they showed this for like a split second, and they never talked about it. Look at how quick. Look at how quick. I barely noticed it during our first watch. But watch this. Look at how quick it flashes and goes away. You'd think you'd want to promote that, right? All right, anyway, let me make note of that while we have that up. Let's see. Marvel's Midnight Suns, because we'll definitely do some coverage of that, because I'd like to see more of this. Versus Sabretooth, September 7th, 6 days from now at, boy, they really love doing 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Okay. So, yeah, we'll definitely check that out. And, yeah, as you can see, it's... Oh, my God. Why is it being so finicky here? As you can see, it's PS5, PS4, Series X and S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Steam, and Epic Games Store. So you have your choices.
Nice job out there, kid.
After this, they did an interview. I just wanted to scroll to one question. Yeah, right there. I wanted to know the answer to this question. Can romance blossom on the battlefield? Because I think I was talking and answering a question that someone in chat had asked, and I didn't get to hear what the response was to this question. So, and I know some of you just can't wait to make out with Captain Marvel or something. So,
because
let's get definitive answers.
Be able to put themselves into the game. A lot of this game is about not just fighting in combat, but also developing relationships with the heroes of your choice. The way you do that is by being the hunter. And so this hunter, they have a narrative connection because in our universe, they are actually the child of Lilith. But
right.
You can customize this character to look however you want, and you can customize how they play in combat as well. And that means you can channel light powers, which are a little more support, a little more buff, a little more healing, or you can channel dark powers, which are a lot more destructive, but they incur a cost on the hunter and the allies.
I believe that you'll be making those connections at the Abbey, in between missions. Go on a mission, come back to the Abbey, chat with your fellow heroes. Can you tell us what players can expect to do in their own mystical base?
Yes, so the Abbey, again, it's an all-new location that we designed with Marvel, and this is where all the Midnight Suns come back after combat, just like you said. And so I think there's like two big fantasies. If you're a fan of Marvel, there's like two powerful fantasies. One is fighting in combat, having that epic, awesome Marvel combat. But the other fantasy is also seeing the heroes hanging out with each other, how they interact with each other. And so that's the other big fantasy we want to fulfill in the Abbey. So yeah, after you come back from missions, you can choose what hero you want to hang out with, and you could say, all right, Ghost Rider and I are going to play video games, or Doctor Strange and I are going to meditate on the cliffs, or Tony Stark and I are going to go lift weights. And so the player has a lot of different activities to choose from, and it's not just hanging out at night. You can join clubs around the Abbey, you can talk to the heroes during the day, and all these things have an impact on your relationships with these heroes and how you sort of form these friendships. And of course, those friendships have huge benefits in combat gameplay as well.
Are there any characters you can become more than friends with, or is this hangout time strictly professional?
I totally get why you're asking that. I think that, in your mind, you can be whatever you want to be, but we are saying that you are just very, very, very close friends.
Very close friends.
The heroes that you've revealed so far include some very well-known characters.
This isn't Mass Effect. You can't have relations with the aliens. Okay. Well, I think that's it. I think that's a really good, just kind of a glimpse at, how this game plays. I just wanted to like play some of the footage in the background here, but it was so sparse that, yeah, we didn't really. They just mentioned, hang on, go back. Wanda's powers were beyond even her own control, and this time I had no Agatha to help me. Oh, okay. Getting some backstory there. So that's all I got. What do you guys think so far? Based on this Sabretooth mission, I guess we're going to do individual missions for the members of Midnight Suns. That would be, yeah, I think that would be really cool. Like a cool way to be able to explore some of the characters' backstories as well, you know? Because we know Wolverine and Sabretooth have this ongoing rivalry. And that they're constantly fighting each other and trying to kill each other. Yeah, actually tying it back to Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Yeah, I think that's a good point that you have there. Is like, maybe you won't be romancing Wolverine, but I mean, you'll still be sort of leveling up your friendship with them, doing missions, and, you know, unlocking better cards and leveling them up and such. So yeah, I definitely look forward to that, and hopefully that's more. I don't know why they had that annoying guy just coming in between trailers. They should have just done back-to-back trailers. But yeah, I think that's a really cool idea. The fact that we'll be able to sort of explore these characters a little more and see a really dark side of the Marvel Universe here. It'll be fun to explore. So my only concern, I'm just hoping the gameplay is fun and entertaining. I'm not really super big into card games like this, but since it's Marvel and it could be really exciting and fun, I think we'll definitely check it out. But yeah, definitely look forward to the coverage then. Subscribe to the channel so you get some alerts, and I'll be doing some more coverage on this. I wanted to stream Future Revolution, and I had bought a adapter that goes from lightning cable to HDMI, but Amazon sent me a phone case instead. So doesn't look like I'll be streaming any Future Revolution. I wanted to check it out. Another Marvel game that's sort of exclusive to mobile devices, and everyone seems to be really chatting about it, really excited about it. Marvel's Avengers. I might be able to come on later today and do that. I've got to run off and do some work stuff real quick. Otherwise, I would probably just jump right into some Marvel's Avengers gameplay. But yeah, I think we'll jump on that later. My Hulk on PC, I got him up to like 120-ish. So he's not quite at the point where he's getting max level gear. I don't know why this trailer's skipping all of a sudden. I don't know why it's being weird. But yeah, I've got him up kind of a good ways, and I think Miss Marvel was at like power 72. So like I still have a ways to go, but we were getting some really cool gear from the Vibranium event. So since today is kind of the last day for that, I think we'll do a night stream later and check that out. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed even this sort of brief glimpse here at the gameplay, but hopefully it's cleared up some things. I mean, for me, I'm only more confused now. I really don't know what else to think. I'm trying to understand it more, and I think it helped that we scrubbed through the footage again, did kind of a little breakdown here, and tried to understand what's going on. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll catch you guys next time. Like the video if you found it helpful or informative, and we'll see you guys later tonight for some Marvel's Avengers. Take care. Bye.